Every single day that I go to work, during my lunch hour, I always go on this one walk that's right around the lake. I'm just fortunate enough to have a company that's right around this body of water that has a very nice walking path around it. And typically speaking, it'll take me like 15 to 20 minutes to finish my lunch, and then I can go on this walk for, 40 to 45 minutes depending on how fast I finish my lunch. But anyway, on this walk, I do a lot of things. Sometimes I'll talk to my parents or I'll listen to YouTube. Sometimes I won't listen to anything and just hear nature. But on this one particular walk last week, I was talking with a colleague of mine, and we sort of started talking about how sometimes we can feel like the company that we work at, or rather our self worth, is so much attached to the company that we work at. Some people might think that if you work at a certain company, you are better off, or if you work at another company, you are worse off. Really, just depending on the industry you work in. I work in tech, and I feel like I see this a lot. Now, obviously, everyone has their own perspective, so I'm just offering you a perspective from my side, and take it as you will. This is just something that I've observed, and I hope to maybe impart some wisdom on anyone that's listening. So we started talking about how, I've been working at my current company for 8 years. And frankly, I love what I do. I mean, I really enjoy the people that I work with. I love the projects that I'm working on. I have a great work life balance. I'm able to pursue other interests outside of work, for example, like YouTube, for example. Again, not saying that if you work at another company, you can't do that. This is just my experience with this company. And because of this, I've decided that I probably would want to stay here long term. However, it's very easy to get caught up in social media. I don't have too much social media. Really, the only social media I watch is YouTube. Recently, I got off Instagram. I literally deleted the app because it was just taking way too much of my time. I was just scrolling endlessly, mindlessly, not even paying attention to time. So I got rid of that entirely. But it just got me thinking how we attribute so much of our self worth to these companies. In a world where we feel like we have to grind, 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 and hustle, 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 we feel like we always have to want more, more, more. Like I said, I love the people that I work with. I'm challenged. I have a great work life balance. I feel like I'm competitively compensated for the work that I do, yet there's still this feeling in the back of my head that says I should pursue more. I should want more, more, more. And it's not really a great feeling, right? We see it all the time. I mean, I'm 31, I turn 32 next month. I'm still seeing this in my age group. And even as I go through YouTube, I see younger kids. I mean, when I was in my teens, I just enjoyed playing Xbox and playing Call of Duty with my friends. But now there's teens that are, making whole YouTube channels dedicated to studying a craft. They're growing a business. They're making hundreds of thousands of dollars. I mean, these are teenagers that are now so focused on creating these things that I felt like back then was just reserved for adults and older people. And now I wonder if these kids might get older and think, I wish I enjoyed my childhood more. But then again, they might look back at that period of time and realize, man, I really used my time wisely and I was able to do that. But it gets you thinking a lot like, am I doing enough? Am I doing the right thing? And I think really you have to really think about it from your own perspective, and you have to decide for yourself if what you're doing is right for you. For example, where I currently work, there's a lot of benefits. A lot of the ones I just outlined. Another one of the great ones is that I'm very close to my family. So I have to ask myself, is me trading working at my current company to pursue work at a different company that I may have to move, is that more worth it to me? Maybe not. It might not be, right? Do I want to leave my family to pursue something else? Maybe not. You know, I have a large family base here in South Florida, so it's very important to me that I'm close to them. A lot of my other friends that pursued careers elsewhere, they don't have those family ties, so it's very easy for them to move. But what I mean to say with all this is you really have to think about, make a list of pros and cons and you ask yourself, what is good for me here versus what could be better for me there, and what's bad for me here and what could be bad for me there. You know, I think that we all have things that make us unique. We all have things that we are good at that other people elsewhere might look at and say, man, I wish I had that. I feel like in this day and age, we suffer because of social media from so much envy and so much wanting and so much I want more, more, more. And sometimes we forget what else we bring to the table. So here are two examples that I think I really think about. One is I like going to the gym, and I'm not a bodybuilder. I'm not, going like crazy, but it's something that I like to do. It's a hobby of mine. I like paying attention to my health when I can. Obviously, I have really good days. I have really bad days. Currently, I don't know if you can tell. I haven't really been able to tell because I've only been doing it for like a week, but I'm trying to lean out for the summer. It'll be the first time that I've ever done that. And I would really love to have like a six pack. But we'll see if that happens. It's something I'm really striving for, but that's just one thing that I'm doing, right? That's one thing I'm really happy about. And maybe someone else somewhere else will look at you and say, man, I wish I had that, right? So instead of me thinking so much that my company or the career that I have is so attached to my self-worth, or because I have to, I have to work somewhere and do something and impress someone, right? Because of the work that I do and the business that I grow, not everyone has to go down that path. And I feel like so many of us, at least from, again, from what I see on social media, from what I read on social media, we're all trying to grow businesses, we're all trying to become entrepreneurs, but a lot of us have a lot to offer. So again, one of the hobbies I like is fitness and health, and I enjoy that. Something else I like to do is investing. I love looking at the stock market. Again, I'm not a professional, but I've slowly but surely learned over the years a little bit more every single day, and I just enjoy looking at stocks. I love reading about the news. I love the seeing the value go up and down every single day. And I'd like to think that I have enough discipline to be able to manage my money well. And that's a skill that I've grown for myself, right? So for so many years, I thought, okay, put all that aside. I need to go work at one of these better companies. I need to be at the top of my field, and that's the only way that I can succeed and I can be truly fulfilled that in my life. But I bet you if you're watching this and if you feel that way, if you feel like I really should be doing this one thing, there's probably a lot of other things you bring to the table that you're not even aware of, and that you're probably way more passionate about and really good at, that other people might think, oh, I wish I had that. So if you can find that and you can really hone in on that and become amazing at that, then you might get that fulfillment that you're seeking. So that's just one of the things I wanted to bring up real quick. I mean, in this conversation I had with my friend, we were talking about just that. Like, it's so hard to just live normally. Like, you feel bad for just having, like, today was a normal Sunday for me, right? I just woke up, I had breakfast, ran some errands, came home, I took a nap, hung out with my dogs. And for me, that's an amazing Sunday. But sometimes it's just hard to do that. It's hard to feel like you can just take time off because everyone else out there is doing more and more and more and more. So try to find your happiness. Try to find what really you are passionate about, and just try to forget the noise, because the noise is always going to be there. And there's going to be a lot of people that are doing those things that are genuinely happy, and there's going to be a lot of people that are doing those things that are unhappy, but they feel like they have to do it. And I don't feel like that's a life that we should live. To be doing things that we are doing just because someone else expects it from us, because society expects it from us, because we feel like we should be doing anything. I think we should just try to find the things that make us happy and pursue that, even if it goes against the grain or even if it's unconventional, whatever it may be, just hone in on that. So that's just, again, based on a conversation I had when I was walking around the lake, talking with my colleague. And if you're listening to this and if you feel the same way, let me know. I would love to talk to you and see what you think about it. What is it that you're pursuing? What is it that you feel in your life you're trying to get better at, but maybe other people are saying, no, you should be doing something else instead, right? So that's really all I have. I mean, it feels good to be back on YouTube. I hope that I can make more of these videos. It's been probably a couple of months since my last one, and maybe I'll try to do one every Sunday, but I'm taking this casually and trying to make videos when I have a good idea of something I'd like to talk about. So, with all that said, thank you all for watching. Hope you gained some valuable insight for this. And yeah, if you liked it, make sure to like the video and let me know in the comments just pretty much anything you're thinking. I'd love to talk to you. So, peace out, guys, and see you next time.